These grips for the Legion Go 2 are an absolute must-buy. Let me tell you why. I know this is unrelated, but have you seen we've got sounds now on the Xbox app? Can you hear that? Pretty cool. And if you're wondering, I am an insider, so I'm probably getting these updates before you, so expect these to roll out soon, but I kind of like that touch. But anyway, back to the video about the grips and not about Xbox full screen experience. So let's just talk about the problem and what these fix, as well as this TPU case thing as well. So let's just compare all of them. So this is the naked Legion Go 2, but the main issue that people have with this is these buttons just here, because they're really clicky, and as soon as you hold it, you're pressing it. People don't like that. But also this has kind of a switch problem where this is very up and down, and the placement of the right thumbstick is not ergonomic. So if I place my hand, I want my thumb to be like here, not there. Can you see what I mean? So if I place this and then let my thumb rest, this is where I want the joystick, really, not over here. So this is very awkward, specifically for like first-person shooters or like third-person shooters, anything that requires aiming. And I see this being one of the biggest like gripes for people. So is this, people don't like pressing them. And also the fact that this right stick is just not very well placed. It just really isn't, you know, it's just an inherent design issue because they are removable Joy-Cons, right? The Legion Go S is more like bulb shaped on the corners, which accounts for this right stick, so you get a much more ergonomic handle on it, right? But this one, we're just dealing with it, right? The next option was this, and it does actually help. This is a cheap TPU case off of the internet. You can get them from AliExpress, eBay, Amazon, whatever. They're all just resellers just selling the exact same thing. I did mod mine, so I actually cut these out. I showed it on a video. I cut the edges off because I didn't like the fact that it was choking it out and I was getting rubbing issues. And now I can just slide this in really easy, right? And then stick this over the top, and now we're done, right? And now I can get up here easily. It's not going to break my triggers or my bumpers, and I'm not getting any rubbing issues on this left stick. And I still get the benefits of this, which is even more grip. So it's like bigger and wider. So it does give you a little bit better accuracy because you've got just a little bit more in your palm. And it also hides these two buttons, but they're still pressable if you really want them. Everything else is still pressable and reachable, even the scroll wheel at the top. But it's still not perfect because we've still got that up and down issue. It's basically just extending it by a couple of millimeters, but it does help. So if you've got one of these, this might still be fine for you, and you can still use these buttons if you want to assign them like I normally do, but it still wasn't the best thing. And also you can't remove the controllers, right? It's all one unit here, so kind of annoying. And that's where these new ones come in. Now these are the comfort grips, and these are 3D printed. So yeah, you will have to make these yourself, or you can actually buy them. I'll talk about that in a moment. We had a member, Yendi, actually make these for me and send them over. So big thank you to Yendi for sending me a pair or two pairs of these for me to show them to everyone here. Now, Yendi has assured me, I'm not the creator of these. Make sure you give the credit over there to Comfort Grips. So I just wanted to clear that up. But I also want to say massive thank you to Yendi for providing these for me, because I don't have a 3D printer, you know, so it's pretty cool. And I wouldn't have been able to test these otherwise. So what are they? They are literally grips. Now these are like a one-piece grip. They're individual, so you can still remove the actual, I call them Joy-Con, but the controllers, you know, you can still remove the controllers. You've also got access to the back paddles, the little like quick release thing. You can still get to the scroll wheel and everything as well, and they just slide on to the sides. Now these are like almost two pieces, even though they're a one-piece design. So they're actually attached to the bottom here, even though it looks like they're not. They don't just come in half. They attach and then clip here, right? So they clip in like this. I'll show you again on this one. So you've got that piece there, and it clips in like this. Now, I do have to say, I don't know what Yendi printed these out of. I'm assuming PLA. I'm not a big 3D printer person, so I don't really know the difference. But there is tolerance differences between the blue ones that they made for me and the black ones. Now, the black ones are loose. So if I use the black ones, they are loose. I even tried to put like felt on the inside to kind of like thicken them up, but then that stopped my back paddles working. And you can even see here, do you see that tolerance there is quite loose? That means that it wiggles on the controller. But the blue ones don't have that same tolerance. There's only a minor bit of gap there, and that actually gets filled when you put it on the controller. So the blue ones I've been using because they're a perfect fit. So just be aware if you're printing these yourself, or even if you're buying them, depending on what it's made out of, or maybe the colors are different tolerances. I don't know anything about 3D printing, so I'm just rambling here. What I think could be the case, you might have tolerance issues depending on what material you're using, or even what color filament you're using. But with that out of the way, let's put them on and I'll show you what these do and how they fix the issues. So we've looked at it naked, we've looked at this TPU grip thingy majiggy, and now we'll look at these. So I'm going to actually take the controller off to show you this, right? Because you can still remove these. Now you open it up like so, and you'll see inside here there's little like divot things that actually go into the screw holes. So you've got to kind of get it into place and then just slide it on over like that. And there we go. Now it's attached. And do you see there's no wiggle here? Like it's just on. So the blue ones I've got fit perfectly with no like tolerance issues, but the black ones are loose. And of course you can now use these individually. So you can actually just use these separately, unlike the TPU case, which fixes it into standalone mode. So I can still actually use this in tabletop mode and play like this if I want to, which is a massive win. This thing obviously didn't let you do that. But of course I can attach these, and then we'll look at how good these are in terms of ergonomics. So now I have attached them and they look really cool. I do think they look really cool. They look better in black, I think, but the blue ones are still cool, and I'm going to use the blue ones because there's no tolerance issues there, which is super, super cool. So what this does, if we take the other ones, right? So let's take the right side and this. Can you see the difference here? Can you see this one is a lot wider? So if I hold it over here, you should be able to see this is way more like bulbous. And what that does is it accounts for that right stick issue. And also, if I actually hold this up like this, you can see that this one kicks out more to the right-hand side, right? So what this is doing is pushing out the bottom corners whilst being girthier so that you can hold it better. And that, look at my thumb. Do you remember earlier when I put my hand and rested it down? My thumb was like over here when it was on the naked Joy-Con, whereas with these grips, boom, straight onto the joystick. And oh my days, this has completely fixed that ergonomic issue. Like miles better, like perfect even. This literally fixes that right stick issue. So if you've got an issue with getting to that right stick, these absolutely win. The other thing, which could be a pro for you, is it completely covers up those two buttons. So no longer are you pressing those annoying buttons on the side. They're just gone. Now for me, I kind of liked those buttons because I actually just mapped stuff to it. I've shown it in videos, like random assignments for like AMD Adrenaline, like whatever. But it doesn't bother me too much because I've still got these buttons that I can assign, and I've still got access to all of these back buttons as well. So full access to these back paddles, and they work perfectly. So let me just press this one here, which I've assigned to AMD's overlay. Boom, works straight away. And there's a nice bit of tolerance there as well, which is really, really cool. But the biggest thing for me is the fact that they fixed that right ergonomic issue for the stick. Now I can actually aim really easily, like perfectly even. So for third person or first person shooters, this is an absolute must-have. Like it's an absolute must-have. I'd actually say everybody that has a Legion Go 2 will have a better experience using these than anything else that you can get right now. I 100% believe that. We're not affiliated with these people at all. Like I said, a subscriber, a member actually sent these over to me. So I'm just saying my raw opinion on these as a thing, right? These are miles better than this. This was just a necessity because it was the only thing available. And if you've got this, fine, that's absolutely fine. But if you're hating the side buttons and the fact that that right stick is a bit crampy to get to, or if you've just got massive hands, this is going to fix every issue you have, like absolutely hands down. I love this thing. Like I loved the Legion Go 2 anyway, but now I really, really like it. The only thing now that I think is a little bit of an issue is the tension on the joysticks. If we could just get someone to make some higher tension sticks, I'm looking at you, Handheld DIY, then that would be wicked to put in there. But with these and the dome like caps, I'm finding this the absolute perfect way of playing the Legion Go 2. Like I just love it. Like I love it. This is so good. I really, really like them. Now we also have these like grips on the back, so they have actually like manufactured in the grips just here. Now because they're 3D printed, I did actually just get some really fine sandpaper and just sand off any of the edges, because like this edge here on the bottom was a little bit sharp just here. I got some 1200 grit sandpaper and just sanded around the edges just to take any burrs off or anything. That wasn't a problem with the black ones, but with the blue ones it was, so it really depends. So like I said, you've got two options here. You can either print them yourself and you buy the file to print them, or you can just buy them pre-made and get them sent to you. And I'll just talk about that and the prices right now. And of course, I'll leave the links down in the description. Again, no affiliation here, nothing. We don't get anything for doing this video or anything. I just want to show you because I love it. So via the Printables website, you can buy the file for this for just $7 and then print it yourself. So any color that you've got yourself, like, you know, or any material, whatever, they recommend PLA, but they say you can use PLA, PLA+, PETG, ABS, any hard plastic filament. Again, I'm not actually sure what Yendi made these out of. I'll have to go and ask them, but I forgot to do that whilst I was filming this video, so sorry about that. But these ones feel great, the ones that I've got. So it's just $7. You get the file and you can print as many as you want. You know, you can just make one of every single color if you've got a 3D printer. If you're like me and you don't have a 3D printer, well then you can buy them pre-made. So if you go over to Comfort Grips Official, again, link in the description, then you can buy them for $23. I have no idea what shipping would be, so I don't know. So you're going to be probably paying like $30 for these, but you can choose any color that you want. You know, they do black, gray, silver, wood, gold, light gold, brown, salmon, white, hot pink, purple, blue, like every color under the freaking rainbow, and all the ones that man have created from those colors is available just here. And you will have to wait because they will have to make them and then they will send them over to you. So if you absolutely do not know anyone with a 3D printer, that's the way to go, and just buy them pre-made. If you know anyone with a 3D printer that can print in PLA or any hard plastic, then just buy the file, get some filament off of Amazon or whatever, and get your friend or yourself to make some for you. But this is a must buy. Like, I'm going to say it again, it's an absolute must buy. These things have fixed the Legion Go 2. Like, absolutely fixed the problem I had with that right stick placement, the ergonomics there for that right stick, and also the buttons on the side, which people find annoying, and the fact that you can now play tabletop mode without having to remove these. Now that I've taken these off and putting them on the video, I'm just going to leave them on now. They're not coming off. But yeah, there we have it. That is the comfort grips for the Legion Go 2. Absolutely get yourself some of these because they are freaking wicked. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you know of any more tips, tricks, products, accessories, whatever about the Legion Go 2, hit me up down there. I'm always on the lookout for them because I want to bring the news to everyone I can. But yeah, hopefully you're all enjoying your Legion Go 2s. And yeah, like this video, subscribe, become a member, and you get to chat to us over on our private Discord. And I'll see you in the next one, I guess.